Hello students, your instructor here, John Medillo, with another screencast. This one about the font Rockwell. You can see right away it's a slab serif. It has big chunky serifs on it that are all squared off. They're quite large too. They protrude pretty far from the stems and the legs. It's a very round font. You can see that the O is almost perfectly round. The serifs again are large. Look at the T, how far the serifs come down. Some letters are kind of quirky, especially some of the lowercase letters. So there's decent sized foot serif here, and then the bowl is kind of just attached on. It's not very smoothly built into the rest of the shape. The E and the C and the A have a diagonal cut on the finials, and the T has a very sharp 45-degree angle on the top half of its stroke there. You can see it's a very chunky font. It's not very delicate or smooth like something like Philosophia. It's very blunt. The R, the leg just kicks straight down and slabs over. So it's very very clunky. It's not very graceful, I guess would be the way to put it. If you look at something like the F, it looks almost unbalanced because the curve up top is so small in relation to the X height, which is quite large, and the other big serifs on there. So it's kind of a silly typeface. The A, as you can see, is a gigantic slab across the whole top, almost creating a crossbar up top. Again, very, very blunt. It's often seen in the bold version of itself. So some letters like the E and the L and the T get very wide. The S here is thick. It's narrow, but it's still very thick throughout. Again, the A, that top serif becomes even more large. I mean, it just becomes a bigger part of the whole letter form. And the M, as you can see, to kind of fit itself and its thickness throughout the letter shape, actually does take some thin and thick strokes that are much more noticeable than they are in other letters. So again, very dramatic typeface. I'll go on here and look at examples of it. This is a really recent example, a really good one. You can see it's the bold. Sorry about that. So this is a really good example of the typeface being used, a very recent example. This is the bold and condensed version of itself, where here is the very thick and bold version. You can see again the R just kicks straight down on the leg, huge serifs on the T and the E. This ampersand probably is a different typeface, but you probably don't care about that. Again, just very thick and blunt. I think it works well, has a little bit of a Old West kind of feel to it. So this certainly is a good typeface choice for this movie, at least this movie poster. Excuse me, this is a still from an animation. Again, you can tell very obviously that it is Rockwell. You see the giant serifs. It's not graceful. The bold is kind of attached onto the stem there of the A. The K gets really thin right there, but it's thick all the way throughout. This is a nice, well, it's a beer label design, but you can see it's definitely Rockwell throughout. The sharp kick out on the R, very round G, huge serifs on the E and the T right here, the big top serif on the A. Very easily, noticeably, that it is Rockwell. This is the logo. Again, you can see the bold, the A just seems stuck on there. The T is that sharp 45-degree angle. There's a bolder version of the A, Bigfoot serif. The K, again, it's so thick, but it has to get down to a point right there, otherwise this would all just fill up. The J is a pretty decent sized top serif. One more example. Never mind, I was going to have us look at the logo, but it's not Rockwell. It's something similar but different. Anyway, this is Rockwell. So you can see here it looks like this in its normal version, and this is very commonly we see it in its very thick version. So it's blunt, it's heavy, and it makes a statement. Although it's not very refined, it's not sophisticated, it's not precious or delicate at all. It's a big blunt font. That is Rockwell.